I gave an example with boxing yesterday and how Bitcoin, if you boxed it correctly, would have worked out really nice for you when the market rushed in. Today, let's do Bitcoin again so we can follow that through. Now for the Tuesday, I already posted these on the weekend, actually ages ago, I think. Yeah, on the 4th of July, right? So I posted these on the 4th of July. And as you can see, we've got the hours here, and 3:30 to 4 is this zone here, as you can see. So this is a 15-minute chart, and we're on a 3:30 bar here, and this is 4 o'clock. Now, once we entered that, and once a price level like this has been done, it's okay to enter, or you can wait until 4 o'clock is over. It's not a problem, okay? It's just a matter of, preference. If I've already done a price target according to my technical analysis, this is why you must know technical analysis and money management, then it's honky-dory, because then I'll just wait for the market to sizzle and see how that goes. So now let's take a look at where this can go. Now the next hours for this, as you can see, I've said if there is direction, we can go to 8:15. Okay. Now the market has done. Let's make this. Let's minimize that, and then let's tighten this up. As you can see here, we've got this whole thing, and the direction is basically sideways, as you can see. And if I bring in the daily, okay, we are in this zone here. So in this zone, I do want to sell. So one other thing is to see what CycleEdge is saying. So if I go to Bitcoin and take a look at CycleEdge for Tuesday, I see that the market is at peaks on Monday and Tuesday, and then Wednesday we've got a routine. So what can I really do with this? Well, as CycleEdge suggests, if you took a look at it today, you would have known that there's going to be a trap-like reversal from 10:45 to 13:55, let's say 2 o'clock, right? From 11 to 2 p.m. my time, okay, this is Istanbul time zone. Then we're going to have a trap, and then we've got a time here, 3:30 to 3:45, which is pretty much that there. Okay, so what's the good thing with this? Well, if we're at peaks already, and if we're at trade hours, and if there's an opportunity to sell at those hours, we can do so with a tight stop loss. Once this 4 o'clock bar is over, because I've said 4 here, so on the 4:15 bar, we'll see where the direction is going to go, and if it's going to go in a direction, it'll be clearer for us. Then what to do? Then I will move the stop further, even lower down, okay, and make it tighter. Why? Because if my timing is correct, the market shouldn't reverse. So I've got a really tight stop loss. Just like here, if the market goes in a direction until this hour, and if my timing is correct, it shouldn't go down. So all I have to do is measure what I'm doing according to time. Now, if you know the hours where the market is pushing, when it's going to push, or when it's going to make its move, when it's going to break out or turn around, then obviously you're in an advantageous situation. Also, if you know there's going to be a trap-like movement, market pushes to the upside, and we'll see how that pans out. But this is the zone we need to break if we're going to go down. So I'll check it out as I go along. As you can see, like, I'm mixing the technical analysis and blending it together with the time. So the time and price, when they go together, it's a really minimum risk and a maximum return trade. All right. So with this current stop loss and my first take profit just above the previous day's low is going to give us like already like from where we're at something like 1 to 6. And if Bitcoin does follow the trend and the market keeps pushing down, I've got another target. Let's get rid of that. Down here where we should go further down. All right, so if we get down here, we'll see how that goes. So I'm just following the trend from the highs at a reasonable date where Bitcoin says, the CycleEdge software says, this is a high tension critical day. So we're either gonna, at such a day, right, we can either like push and break out or like stop here and then go down. So why am I selling if it's not clear? Because if the market went up into my trade hours as well, then expecting a reversal is logical. So now all I have to do is add here the next hour, which is 8 o'clock. And that's that, 8 o'clock. Let me just double check so we get everything correctly done. There we go, 8:15. All right, so I'm going to put 8:15 here. All right, and we'll see how that goes. If it doesn't go in my direction, if it comes down here and it's 8 o'clock here, then I would definitely be covering the trade and thinking, okay, you know, maybe we're not going to go down, but we'll have to wait and see. Okay, then what could you do? You can bring your stop tighter, you can box it in and follow through. And I showed a demonstration of boxing yesterday. So when you have hours, trade hours on your side, it's obviously going to be much more relaxed for you because you know where the market is going to what hour, from where to where. Once it makes its move, okay, once it makes its move, see the breakout, you know what time you're going to. You can see the target, you can see the hours. So these are important things, and you can see they're very like basic technical analysis here. All I have is the opening and the closing of the day, previous day's high, previous week's high, previous week's low, previous day's low, and they become your muck around zone. And if you know a bit of technical analysis, obviously you have to know, then you can kind of like set your specific setup with the hours. And another good demonstration here was with gold. It was really good with gold. I'll tell you as well. Look at what happened here. Exactly at the trade hours. Now look, this zone was a trap zone, remember? And the market, you can see, trapping everybody. Buyers getting in, sellers getting in, everybody getting in, and nobody knows what's going to happen. And then the market breaks out. Now once it breaks out after that trap hour, you know where you're going to go. And you see you got an hour there and you got targets there. So you're already in the clear. Now look what's happening here. These are trade hours and gold is looking bullish. If the market breaks out above this zone at a trade hour, then I'm going to do the same thing into 8 o'clock here. 8 o'clock. And even further. All right. You see what I mean? So, oh, I already put a bar there. Yeah, because I do follow gold. Okay, let's make this a 15-minute chart. And this is why having time on your side is critical. So we're either going to turn around and go down. As you can see, I've boxed this whole thing from before, all the way from here. Market sold off on Tuesday at trading hours. Okay, believe it or not. Coming down to the next trading hours and then going up into the next trading hours, and we're just trading along with the cycles. All right, so same thing here. We can wait for it. And the same thing with Bitcoin. If Bitcoin is feeling bullish, and let's say I'm wrong, you see how tight my stop loss is. And also, I don't have to go against the market thinking what's going to happen. Oh, shall I sell again? Shall I buy? You don't know because you got no time. But if you have time, you have an understanding. Look, if we break these zones, we're going to this hour, 8 o'clock, right? Because by 8:15, that cycle is going to be done, all right? That's why time and price are the relaxed and the best way to trade. If you've got the idea, it's very easy. Do your technical analysis setup, match it to time, trade with your bias, and it makes you minimum risk, maximum profit, because you're also relaxed. You're not chasing after stuff. You can scalp things really easy. If you're a scalper, scalping with this, especially the boxing method, is the easiest way to scalp because you've got time. Once you box yourself in, once you know that the trap hour is over at 2 o'clock, all you have to do is set yourself up. That's it. And then, scalp it. I'm not a big fan of scalping. Okay, I do it very rarely. When can you do it? Or when you can do it whenever you want, obviously. When do I do it? If my trade went against me, like let's say I sold at a resistance at the trade hour, and then the market broke out to the upside, I got stopped out. Then I say to myself, okay, that's going to be a breakout. So I wait for the goodbye kiss. Goodbye kiss comes in, then we go to the next hour. Then that's a scalping. That's a scalp to cover the loss I did and just call it a day. All right. So that covers the loss, and you can do all kinds of stuff if you know timing. If you don't know timing, then you're like stuck, and you have to wait for your next setup to come if you're wrong, and you don't know when that's going to be. Right? So having time on your side with price, best way to trade. Okay. And oh, by the way, if you're in the members area and if you have any ideas or suggestions on how to make the report easier to read, or if you have any suggestions, let me know, because with a few suggestions I've done a new format that's going to be coming out in August. So once that comes out as well, we'll have a summary location, and things are going to be looking much more smarter and easier to read. All right, have a good day. I hope these examples are helping you out. Obviously, these are for the members, so just follow these videos, and hopefully you'll get some benefit.